Hi everybody, welcome to the midweek energy check-in reading, and obviously it's Christmas week, so I hope you're having a wonderful time. Right, let's get on with this. Before I start, just very quickly, I just want to say thank you for an amazing 2025, for your love and support of the channel, and let's hope it goes into 2026. What you can do, if you don't mind for me this Christmas, that would be amazing, to help it continue into 2026, is to do one of four things. You can like, subscribe, comment or share the channel, or do all four. That would be incredible. Thank you so much. Anyway, let's get on with your reading. Okay, let's make sure they're in the right way. Okay, so we are moving on, time stamping Aries. So Aries, what have we got you at? 0054. So welcome Aries to your midweek energy check-in reading. You think I'd get that right by now, wouldn't you? Okay, as I said, thank you so much for your support of the channel. Excuse me. And if you could just, if you wouldn't mind doing one of four things for me this Christmas, and that would be to like, subscribe, comment and share the channel, or do all four. That would be amazing. Just, yeah, that, because over Christmas the views do dip a little bit, and that's understandable. We're all very busy, and that would just keep the channel sort of maintained, if you like. Anyway, let's get on with your reading. So your past energy, Aries, is the Lovers. Your present energy is the Three of Pentacles. Your future energy is the Five of Wands. And what they'd like you to embrace more of is the Six of Swords. Okay, so the Lovers as your past energy, there's been an emphasis perhaps on relationships and friendships just recently, or choices regarding your friendships and relationships. It's attributed to Gemini. Maybe there's a little bit of reassessment going on here, or maybe it's something that's constantly on your mind anyway. But you are now coming out of that and stepping into the Three of Pentacles. So what this represents also with the Lovers card is choices in relationships and friendships. And this is like you're collaborating with some other people now. Now this can be to do with work, where people are actually or you're feeling very confident in what you do, and you have a specific skill set, if you like. You can see this is like the stonemason who's making an incredible statue. Other people are admiring his work. I feel like you're really I don't know, enjoying the limelight, but within other teams, if you like. For me, it's also about collaborating with people who appreciate what you do. Again, it doesn't have to be work, it can be relationships. But you've made that decision with the Lovers, that looks like there, to be with people who, yeah, appreciate what you do. And maybe get a little bit more recognition. Now, the Five of Wands is what you're stepping into. So, yes, this is conflict and people being argumentative. There could be a little bit of jealousy surrounding this, excuse me, especially with that Three of Pentacles there, especially if you're the one sitting getting all the attention, whether that's in a relationship or at work. And this kind of like feels like people are like having to keep up with you. But I don't think that's a bad thing, Aries. It's because you're doing the right thing that people perhaps might feel like that, or you might feel, sorry, in that energy of, oh my, I've really got to keep up with this momentum. I don't think you'll worry about it too much, though, especially if there are people that are, a bit egotistical and a little bit of jealousy going on. Six of Swords is what they'd like you to embrace more of. Love this. Six of Swords is go with the flow. That's what they're doing. They're getting in their boat. They're leaving behind the Five of Swords, which is conflict as well, and nasty comments and kind of like... people just pushing your buttons. Don't allow them to wind you up, especially with that Five of Wands there. Embrace a little bit more like, oh, you know what? They've got their back turned to it all, haven't they? Love that for you. Right, let's finish on a crystal card. A daily crystal message, please, and thank you. Excuse me, for Aries. I'll let you into a little secret. This is the third time I've started this video. It's why my voice is going, because Bella has been a little monkey. Right, let's have a look. What do we have? Ground yourself, Aries. hematite. Yeah, I feel like with that Three of Pentacles, you are feeling pretty grounded. It's like you realise, you know, that you do deserve this recognition. I like that, especially at Christmas time. Maybe you're centre of attention for some reason. Love that. So I hope you enjoyed that. As I say, enjoy the holidays, however you celebrate. Make sure it's with loved ones. And we're going swiftly on to Taurus. So Taurus, let's a quick shuffle, and time stamping you at 05:29. So welcome, Taurus, to your midweek energy check-in. Obviously it's Christmas, hence the jumper. Before I start your reading, just a massive thank you for all your love and support for 2025, and let's hope it continues in 2026. Speaking of which, would you mind, if possible, over the Christmas period at some point, either doing one of four things: either like, share, I was going to say describe, you could if you like, subscribe to the channel. What's the fourth thing? Comment. That gets it and keeps it out in the algorithm, because it does tend to dip over the Christmas period. Right, let's get on with your reading. Your past energy, Taurus. We have the Empress. Oh, love this. Absolutely love this. Your present energy is the Knight of Swords. Your, oh my gosh, future energy is the Sun. What they would like you to embrace more of is the Fool energy. How your cards, Taurus, are beautiful. Okay, so the Empress is what you're coming out of. Now you can see the Empress, she's very creative. She's the Queen of the Queens. You know, she's top notch when it comes to nurturing, loving, giving, everything to do with every aspect of a queen. So finances, communication. She brings everybody together and sits there very confident, knowing that it's all going to work out. It's just all going to work out. Love this energy. And in fact, she brings new beginnings too. There's a very positive vibe about the Empress. You're sitting as the Knight of Swords. I love the Knight of Swords. This is like, right, whatever a new idea, this new energy that you have with this Empress, you're actually putting into action. Rather you keep talking about something, you're actually doing it now. Maybe because of the Christmas period you've got time to do it, I'm not sure. But whatever it is, it's a lovely energy, and it's very, very fast thinking, very like, right, decisive, really feeling decisive. Always put a little bit of a caveat with the Knight of Swords, because it can be like, well, just be careful you don't overlook the small print. And I always, you know, give the example of if, for instance, you know, a very Knight of Swords situation would be, you get a bit of flat pack furniture, you're like not bothering with the instructions, I know what I'm doing, and then you end up with 4 bolts left over. Very Knight of Swords energy, but love it. It's really telling me you've got you're really assertive at the moment, and you know your direction in which you're going in. And in fact, I know it does look a bit violent actually. He's poking his sword at the Empress, but it's like you're still in that energy, you're still focused on that's what you really want. And then you've got the Sun card that you're stepping into. Wow, what beautiful cards. In fact, you've got 3 majors sat here out of 4, and the Sun card is you're feeling revitalized. There's a new freshness about this, a real lovely positive new beginnings start energy to this Sun card for me. And I think maybe that's what your you know, your focus is for 2026. I'd like you to embrace the Fool energy, more of the Fool energy. This is wiping the slate clean and starting again, not harbouring any grudges or thinking back about the bad times. This is like, well, what can I do again? You know what? Let's just take a leap of faith here. And it's kind of like not knowing where you're going. Lack of, you know, maybe you've got to stop organising so much and just trust the universe. The Empress most certainly does that. Lovely cards, Taurus. Anyway, we're going to finish on a daily crystal for you. What do we have here? We have a rainbow obsidian. Heal your heart. And I think you've been doing that, because from your readings that I have recently done, whether the last 2 or 3 months, there's something that you're really working on, and I really feel like the last couple of readings you've really overcome something. Love that. Excellent reading. So I hope you enjoyed that. However you celebrate Christmas, celebrate it with safely and with loved ones. Right, moving swiftly on to Gemini. We're time stamping you at 09:35. So welcome, Gemini, to your midweek energy check-in. Obviously, it's Christmas week, and hence the jumper. Just before I start your reading, thank you so much for 2025, Gemini. It's been an absolute pleasure. And may it continue into 2026, which brings me on to, if you could possibly at some point over the Christmas period do one of 4 things, or at the end of the video, and that is either like, subscribe, comment or share the video, or all of those 4 things would be incredible. What that does is it maintains the channel over the Christmas period, because I do notice it does tend to dip, and that's, you know, understandable. We're all very busy. We haven't got time listening to tarot readings all day. Anyway, let's get on with your reading, Gemini. They're all past energy. What do we have? Ace of Cups. What a beautiful card. Your present energy is the Page of Pentacles. Your future energy is the 5 of Cups. And what they would like you to embrace more of is the 3 of Wands. Right, okay, so the Ace of Cups is what you're coming out of. This is lovely. This is something new, refreshing, that takes the heart chakra. Friendship, could be a relationship. Even if you're in a relationship, and maybe it feels like you've done some work and you worked together and you refreshed that, made it feel a bit like more a newer energy, a newer relationship. It can be something that you love. You've really filled your soul with something or somebody that you love. Absolutely love that. You're sitting as the Page of Pentacles. Now, this could be that you need to go on courses. You're considering learning something new. The Page of Pentacles is very much like, well, I know I've got to take these practical steps now to achieve something. And this is thinking very grounded, if you like. Not overthinking something, which is important for you, Gemini. The 5 of Cups is coming up for you, but this is about loss, regret and disappointment. Maybe this Page of Pentacles, whatever you're looking at, a course or something, it wasn't quite what you thought it was. However, it's not the end of the world for me. I don't feel like it's anything major. I'm going to do a clarifier on it. Why do we have the 5 of Cups with Gemini stepping into in the future, near future? Maybe that Ace of Cups that you thought you were out of. Sometimes, you know what, it can only last for so long, can't it? Especially if there is something that you are working your best at and you've given it a good shot, and it's sometimes, you know, it's not repairable. Let's have a look. 5 of Cups while you're here with the 10 of Cups. Wow, talk about a leap. You've gone from 5 to 10 as your energy you're setting into. So that kind of tells me that with that 5 of Cups to a 10 of Cups, isn't that odd? It's almost like saying it's a blessing in disguise. It brings happiness. Interesting. Now, the 3 of Wands is what I'd like you to embrace more of. And the 3 of Wands, yeah, is thinking a bit more outside the box. It's looking at bigger, better, adventurous things. And I think that's what that 5 of Cups is about. You may have to leave some friendships and relationships behind here, which could feel a little bit, oh, crap, you know. But this is what you really want. This is more adventure. This is, I don't know, maybe with that Page of Pentacles, you're feeling a little bit stuck at the moment. And although it's very practical energy, it's very, you know, grounded energy, you can feel a little bit suffocated. The 3 of Wands is like, well, but still keep thinking what's on the horizon for you. What's your goal? Let's have a look at the crystal cards for Gemini, please, and thank you. What do we have for Gemini? We have Azurite. Get laser focused on what you really want. Now, I must admit, the Page of Pentacles looks pretty focused to me. I just think with that 5 of Cups, something that you had been working on perhaps isn't going to work out as you seem, but you got it backed up with the 10 of Cups. It's almost like, well, that was meant to be. That was a blessing in disguise, because I wouldn't get this otherwise. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So, Gemini, have a fabulous Christmas or a fabulous holiday, however you're celebrating it. Celebrate it with loved ones and safely. Anyway, moving on to Cancer. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. Okay, King of Wands has come out in your pre-shuffle with the Lovers. King of Wands with the Lovers. Ooh, fiery. Okay, Cancer, we'll timestamp you at 1441. So welcome Cancer to your midweek energy check-in. Yes, it's Christmas week. And before we start, I just want to say a massive thank you for all your love and support of 2025. It's been an incredible year and may it continue into 2026, which brings me on to a tiny little favour if I could ask of you. If you wouldn't mind doing one of 4 things when you get time at the end of this video, whenever, and that would be to either like, subscribe would be awesome, comment or share the channel also. One of those 4 things, or all 4 would be amazing too. What that does, it keeps the channel on an even keel over Christmas period, because it does dip off over the Christmas and New Year period, because we're all busy, aren't we? We don't have time to sit around listening to tarot readings. Anyway, let's get on with your reading. So your past energy is the Strength card. Your present energy is the Death card. Your future energy is the Emperor. Wow. 3 very major arcanas. And the 8 of Wands is what they want you to embrace more of. Okay, Cancer. The Strength card just tells me what you're stepping out of. You've had to be very strong about something just recently. Maybe even put a little bit of a mask on. I feel that you've had this strength that came from within that you didn't know you had. That's what that makes me feel. You've really stepped up. You've helped others. You've supported others while still feeling something yourself. That's how my heart feels about this. The Death card is how you're feeling at the moment. The Death card is about putting endings to something, but it is about transformation and turning it around. Maybe with that Strength card, that's what you're managing to do now. Thinking, well, actually, one door closes, another door opens. You are stepping into the Emperor energy. Oh, my giddy aunt. Talk about bossing up here. The Emperor is the boss of the deck. He's the king of the kings, the daddy of the deck. Very stable, very in control. Knows exactly what he wants in life. Really lovely, roll your sleeves up energy. Very he would be the CEO of a company. Nobody tells the Emperor what to do. Really strong, stable energy here. So whatever you're contemplating or doing with this Death card, putting an end to something, brings you into this Emperor energy. The Emperor is very organised. If you can imagine, he has his troops all lined up, and they take his instruction because they trust him. They know that what he does is correct. They know he's successful too. What they want you to embrace more of is the 8 of Wands. I love the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is everything coming into alignment for you very, very quickly, your projects, your ideas. But what they want you to embrace more of is keeping that momentum going. I know we're in the Christmas period, but for some reason they're wanting you to keep on that trail of thought, if you like, and your actions that you're taking, whether that's communicating with people. This is also about fast communication coming in. It's like keep that process going, because it's all aligning for you, Cancer. Absolutely love that. Right, okay, this is the daily crystal for a final message for Cancer, please and thank you. What is the final message for Cancer? Oh, that's too many. Just one, please and thank you. We have, celestite, one of my absolute favourites. Look at this. This is very, it's almost like an angel stone. This connects you to spirit. It's just beautiful. What's the message? Soothe your soul. Yeah, I feel like you've really been through a lot, Cancer. And this time of year, it's very reflective too. But just know you're stepping into the Emperor mode. Kind of builds you, makes you even stronger, whatever this is. Even stronger than the Strength card. Look at that you started off at. Crikey. So I hope you enjoyed that, Cancer. However you celebrate the holidays, celebrate it with loved ones and take care. So we are going on to Leo next. I'm timestamping Leo at, what are we timestamping Leo at? 1913. So welcome, Leo, to your midweek energy check-in. Obviously, it's Christmas. Before I start the reading, I just want to say a massive thank you for all your love and support throughout 2025. It's been incredible. And hopefully we can continue that in 2026. And on that note, I wondered if you wouldn't mind doing a small favour, and that is to do one of 4 actions. That's either to like, subscribe, comment, or share the channel. If you're not subscribed, please do. There's 63% of people that don't subscribe at the moment. But yeah, any one of those or all 4 of those would be absolutely incredible, because what that does, it keeps the channel out there over the Christmas and New Year period, because it does tend to dip, because you know what, we're all busy and we can't sit around listening to tarot readings all day. So I thank you for that in advance. Okay, let's get on with your reading for Leo. Okay, oh my gosh, the Fool energy is what you're coming out of and you're stepping into. You are the 6 of Pentacles. That's the first time I've seen that card since I've used this deck. Interesting. Oh, Queen of Cups is your energy coming up. And then what they'd like you to embrace more of is the Judgment card, Major Arcana. The Fool is a Major Arcana. So the Fool card for me, absolutely love this energy. This tells me that just recently you've gone, okay, let's start this again. Let's just wipe the slate clean and do something completely new. Really sense of adventure about this energy. You know, maybe it's moving house, maybe it's taking decisions that you wouldn't normally take, and you think, oh, you know what, let's just go for it. I just love this energy. The 6 of Pentacles is how you're sitting at the moment, feeling that this is a very reciprocal energy, very balanced, but also quite karmic. It's like what goes around comes around. So the hard work that you've put into something is now paying off. Maybe that's through finances, maybe that's through recognition. However it may be, you know, even relationships, everything seems balanced. He has the scales in his hands here. Absolutely lovely. And that can even mean at this time of year, you know, you're giving to somebody makes you feel a bit more balanced. Now, the Queen of Cups is coming up for you. Absolutely lovely energy. The Queen of Cups, I think because you're feeling that you're getting back finally and things are balancing out, you're able then to give a bit more even. The Queen of Cups is a very healing energy. If she had a job, she would be a nurse, a care worker, a healer, in some sort of caring role, even a tarot reader to a certain degree, that somebody offers you healing and hope and love. So the energy you're stepping into, it's like you're following your heart's desires now, and you're able to get that, what do I want to say, that fix that you like to have of giving and everybody being happy. But that does come with a caveat, the old Queen of Cups also, because she knows when to put a lid on it. Yeah, she knows when enough's enough, and she needs to refuel herself in order to give more. But it's a lovely, I feel like it's a real charitable energy about this Queen of Cups for you, Leo. It's just like you feeling so balanced here, it allows you to do even more and pursue even more of what your heart's desires are. What they want you to embrace more of is Judgment. Now, Judgment is the card of wakey, Leo. This is Archangel Gabriel coming in with his trumpet of communication. And what he's doing is he's waking these people up out of their boxes. So it's like, are you getting downloads? Are you getting nudges to do something? And are you ignoring it? You know, when we get these downloads and nudges from the universe, we need to act on them, because sometimes if we don't, that's when the Tower moment comes in. So they want you to embrace more of your spiritual awareness of little nudges and downloads. And if you're getting these revelation moments, act on them. Yeah, don't ignore them. It's also about embracing more of your thought processes of thinking a little bit more out the box of what you normally would do, which, to be fair, you wouldn't get the Fool energy if you're not already doing that. So this is like such an exciting time for you, Leo. There's just no end to this adventure is what I feel that you're on. And 2026 also is the year of 10. So it's the year of reset. It's a 1. But what a great reading for you. Okay, let's have a look. What's your daily crystal message? Labradorite, see the magic. Leo, you blow me away. So however you're celebrating the holidays, Leo, have a fabulous time. Celebrate with loved ones and safely. And I'll see you soon. Take care. Thank you for watching. Right, and we are going on Oh gosh, I nearly lost my voice then. On to Virgo. Virgo, they're lovely. Virgo. We're timestamping Virgo at 24:35. So welcome, Virgo, to your midweek energy check-in reading. Yes, it's Christmas week. And just before I start your reading, I just want to say a massive thank you for 2025. What an incredible year. Thank you for your love and support of the channel. I am immensely grateful. Speaking of which, we know we'd love this to continue on into 2026. And so if you wouldn't mind at some point today, whatever, at the end of this video, over Christmas period, could you do one of 4 actions? Would you mind either liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, or all 4 of those things on the channel? That would be incredible. What that does, it keeps the channel level over the Christmas and New Year period, because I do find it dips slightly, because obviously we're all busy and we haven't got time to sit around listening to tarot card readers all day. Anyway, right, let's get on with your reading, Virgo. Past energy, please and thank you. We have the King of Wands. Your present energy, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Your future energy, we have the 4 of Pentacles. You do get the 4 of Pentacles quite a lot, Virgo. What they'd like you to embrace more of, though, is temperance. So the King of Wands, oh gosh, don't you just love the King of Wands in this deck? Look at him. He's like, let's get this show on the road. Look, you know what? I ain't putting up with any more crap. You know, the King of Wands is very entrepreneurial. He's very independent, strong, leadership skills even. He's very transformational. Give him something, he'll turn it in. He'll make it successful because he's determined, courageous, strong, really masculine energy. You're sitting as here, or you were sitting. You're now moving into the 10 of Pentacles. Talk about the confidence there, bringing in the money. There is something about financial abundance coming in here. You're sitting quite happy, especially over the Christmas period, which is lovely to see. Yes, we might have spent a lot of money over Christmas, but you know what? At the same time, it does make you feel rich, especially if you've got people that you are grateful for around you, and they're grateful for you around you too. This is very family oriented, very stable. Oh, I love it. Love it. It's feeling rich. It's a 10. It's like, wow, you know, if it's one time of the year that I want to feel good, it's Christmas, isn't it? Now, the 4 of Pentacles is what you're stepping into and coming up in your future energy. Ooh, be careful of this, Virgo, because it feels like you've gone from the 10 to a 4. 10, feeling abundant, feeling rich. 4, oh my gosh, no, now I've got to start looking at the money again and pinching things off. Be careful of that, because again, it feels like you're going to go around in a bit of a circle here. When we sit in the 4 of Pentacles, which is not a bad thing, don't get me wrong, it's like looking at the finances again. Maybe 2026, you're going to be saving for something. And this is, you know, you've got it all mapped out because it's a 4, it feels very stable. Don't be too set in your financial ways, though, because you can pinch yourself off to other income ideas coming in. Now, the temperance is what they want you to embrace more of. It's quite funny, really, Virgo, because temperance is the card of patience. For some reason, they need you to be a little bit more patient. Maybe the 4 of Pentacles of what you will be stepping into, you're like, all right, okay, I'm fed up waiting for this now. Let's start reining it in again. I'm not trusting this. And you get a bit of cold feet about something. I think they're just saying, be patient here. Things are going to work out. Temperance is the card of alchemy, and it's about turning one thing into another. And you can see they're juggling 2 energies there with the 2 cups. They've got their toe in the water and they've got their foot on the ground. So it's like saying, you know, you can dip your toe in the water but remain stable at the same time. It is possible. Just be patient. It will all work out. However that resonates for you. I like that. Right. Crystal message at the end is please and thank you. And by the way, that 10 of Pentacles, Virgo, comes because of you were in that King of Wands energy. You really stepped up to something here. These cards, you know, they don't just land in your lap and think, oh yeah, I'm going to get that. We've got to work at it. Okay, what do we have? Oh, amethyst. Trust your intuition. One of my favourite crystals ever. Trust your intuition, Virgo, and I think you really do anyway. So however you're celebrating the holidays, have a fabulous time with your loved ones, have a safe time, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the new year. Right, okay, we're going on to Libra. In fact, I'll probably do a reading before the new year. Having said that, okay, let's see. So Libra, we are time stamping you at what we got, 29:35. So Libra, welcome to your midweek energy check-in reading. This obviously is Christmas week. And yeah, before I start the reading, just want to say a massive thank you for your love and support of this channel throughout 2025. It's just amazing. I'm so grateful. And may it continue into 2026, on which I would just like to ask, if possible, if you get a moment at the end of this video or even at the start of the video, would you mind liking it? Would you mind sharing, subscribing if you haven't already, and commenting? Because what that does is it puts it out into it keeps it in the algorithm, especially over Christmas and New Year, because I do find it drops a little bit. And that's because, yes, we're all busy, aren't we? And we know we don't have time to sit around listening to tarot card readings all day. Right, Libra, let's get on with this for you. Your past energy, please and thank you, is the Devil. Your present energy is the Five of Wands. Your future energy is the Four of Swords. Nice to see after the Five of Wands. What they'd like you to embrace more of is the Eight of Swords. Now, the Devil energy, ooh, nobody likes to see the Devil, really. But the Devil energy is all about toxic energies, toxic people. But you're moved on from this, which is good, because obviously you've recognised something or somebody that wasn't serving you. It can also represent addictions, things that, you know, and you're doing out of habit that you need to break. But yeah, this could be a work situation. Also, it makes you feel with this particular card that somebody has a hold over you, or there's a situation that you just feel loyal to, not out of love, not out of dedication, but just because if you didn't do that, you would either feel guilty or they make you feel guilty. I don't know, there's a real strong tie to something, but you're overcoming that. However, you are stepping into the Five of Wands energy. Yeah, but that's because you're not being Libra as your normal sit back, let everybody, oh, you know, I've got to be just and fair. No, I'm glad you know, you need to sometimes kick up a bit of a fuss, Libra. And it feels like you're doing it at the moment with the Five of Wands. You know, this is like, I don't know, I just saw throwing a pebble into a pond and now there's a ripple effect. And everybody's going, oh my gosh, this isn't normally Libra. What are you playing at? Yeah, good for you. That's what makes me feel for that. Now, the Four of Swords is what you're stepping into. And I really love this. This is rest, relaxation and repair. So whatever's going on here, just know whatever you are, I feel like you're standing up for yourself on something. You know, you're really digging your heels in. Feels like that was the right decision. This allows you to have mental clarity. This allows quality sleep. And when we get quality sleep, you know, things in the morning just feel a little bit better, don't they? When we're tired, we overthink things. Things can get out of perspective. And the world just seems a bit more smaller. This is the opposite for you. This is you having a break, literally taking time out. Maybe there is a break that you're thinking, again, it could just be the Christmas period, or you're actually going away. This is meditating and concentrating on yourself. I love that. But the most important thing is about that is improving the quality of your sleep and your thought processes. Now, the Eight of Swords is what they want you to embrace more of. Of course, you know, you can see she feels trapped in her thoughts there. This is like putting hurdles in the way of things that aren't really there. This is self-sabotaging. They want you to embrace more of not allowing yourself to look at the why you don't do something and look at the reasons why you do something and your thought process regarding that, because that releases those ties there. But in all fairness, I think with that Four of Swords, that will come naturally. The Five of Wands, what you're going through at the moment, I think is just water off a duck's back for you. Crystal cards, daily crystal cards. The final message, please and thank you, for Libra. Okay, we have appetite. Get out of your comfort zone. I feel that's what you're doing with that Five of Wands, you know. And people are like, oh, is she really saying that? Oh, I thought she'd be, I don't know, a bit more passive. But no, I like it, Libra. You got fire in your belly. So, however you enjoy the holidays, have a fabulous time with your loved ones. Have a safe time, and I'll see you hopefully before the new year. But anyway, I'll see you very soon. Thank you, as always, for watching. And we're moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio. So we're time stamping Scorpio at 34:31. So welcome, Scorpio, to your midweek energy check-in. This is for the obviously Christmas period. Just before I start your reading, just want to say a massive thank you for all your love and support throughout 2025 and how you've made that channel so successful. Long may it continue into 2026. And on that note, if I could just ask you if you wouldn't mind either doing one of 4 things this week or today or whenever you've got time, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, obviously, and commenting if you could, and sharing the channel would be amazing. Just one of those 4 things, or all of those 4 things, if you feel like it, that would be incredible. Because what that does is it keeps the channel in the algorithm over Christmas and New Year, because it does tend to dip, I find, at that time. And because, yeah, obviously we're all busy, we don't all have time sitting around listening to tarot readings all day. And on that note, let's get on with your reading, Scorpio. So your past energy is the 2 of Cups. Your present energy is the Queen of Pentacles. Very lovely, stable. Oh, I love that for you. Your future energy is the Moon. And what they'd like you to embrace more of is the Knight of Wands. So the 2 of Cups you're coming out of. So this is like you've met your soulmate. I don't know if you're with somebody or doing something that really fulfills your heart, your soul, and you finally feel on the same level. There's no hierarchy here. You feel appreciated. You appreciate them. It's just a lovely, balanced connection here from the heart chakra, from friendships, relationships, could be work colleagues. I just finally feel that you feel at peace about something, Scorpio. Love that. Now you're sitting as the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is very much like the Empress for me in tarot. She sits in abundance. She's very stable, grounded energy. You know, she's not off with the fairies. She's a realist. But she also appreciates what she has around her. And at the same time, she always knows there's enough to go around. She doesn't panic about money. She knows that by giving, she gets back also. It's a lovely, settled, content energy about you here, Scorpio. Absolutely love that. Now, the Moon is coming up for you. It's a little bit of confusion. Maybe there's a pathway going to open up for you and it's like, oh, I'm not sure now which way to go with this. The Moon is the card of confusion. It's like, oh, just things aren't quite as clear as you would hope they might be. But I'm going to clarify that because that can be quite an exciting energy, to be fair. And the only reason I say that is because the Knight of Wands is here, but I will get onto the Knight of Wands. Let's clarify the Moon for Scorpio, please, and thank you. Very attributed to Pisces, the Moon is. This is like, well, it can mean one of 2 things. It can mean things are coming to the surface for you, emotionally. Or it can mean the opposite, that you're feeling a little bit, oh, not sure where I stand now. Let's have a look. Oh, what did I say? 2 of Swords with that. Yeah, you've got things opening up. You've got options opening up to you. You're turning, yeah, and do you know what? Yes, it might feel confusing with that Moon energy card, but the 2 of Swords also tells you and encourages you to go within and trust your intuition on whatever feels right to you. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles gives you the confidence to step into like, all right, okay, now I'm at a Y in the road and now I need to go over this way or that way. And as I said, I did feel that's a very exciting energy. Now, what they'd like you to embrace more of is the Knight of Wands, and this is a very spontaneous energy. It's very quick moving. It's like having a fire in your belly. So it's like, don't an over it, Scorpio, whatever this is coming in. It's very, very fast. That's why I think the Moon with the 2 of Swords is an exciting option that's opening up for you. 2 different ways to go now. So let's finish on a daily crystal, see what the message is for Scorpio, please, and thank you. Oh, just one, please, and oh gosh, let's start that again. A bit of order, please. Right, Scorpio, what's your message? There we go. We have Bloodstone. Get up and get moving. That's what the Knight of Wands is doing here. He's the fastest moving. No, he's not the fastest moving knight in the deck. I beg your pardon. The Knight of Swords is. But he's very energetic, let's put it that way. It's like, right, let's get this show on the road. Let's progress this. Exciting. So, however you celebrate the holidays, Scorpio, please do safely and with loved ones. That's all I ask. And thank you so much, as always, for being here. And I shall see you hopefully before the new year, if not in the new year. Thanks for watching. Right, we're moving on to, who are we moving on to? Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Right, let's get on with this. Sagittarius, we are putting the cards back in order first. Time stamping you at 40:14. So Sagittarius, welcome to your midweek energy check-in reading. This is obviously Christmas week, and before I start your reading, I want to say a massive thank you and express my love and gratitude to you all for the success of the channel that you've made it for 2025, and long may it continue into 2026. On that note, if I could ask just one small favour, if you wouldn't mind doing one of four things, or all four things, would be incredible, and that is to like, subscribe if you haven't done so already, comment and share the channel. What that does is it keeps the algorithm going over the Christmas and New Year period, because I do find it dips a little bit. And that's rightly so. You know, we're all busy over Christmas, and, you know, we haven't all got time to sit around watching tarot videos all day. Anyway, let's get on with this. So your past energy, Sagittarius, is the Lovers. Your present energy is the Eight of Cups. Your future energy is the Ace of Wands. What they'd like you to embrace more of is the High Priestess. Beautiful card. Okay, so the Lovers. There's been a little bit of contemplation maybe about friendships and relationships that's been going on. Maybe some choices have been made. It can also be about matters of, you know, something or somebody that you're very passionate about, that you've made a choice about. Is attributed to Gemini. Feels very fiery, maybe because you're a fire sign. That makes me very drawn to the tree that's on fire. Now, the Eight of Cups is what you're feeling at the moment, and this is the feeling of needing to walk away from something. And again, with the Lovers card, it can be a friendship or a relationship. When I see this card, though, you know, I always like to put the caveat. It doesn't mean to say you're leaving your lover overnight, you're leaving your friendship, you know, this just means you've outgrown some part of a relationship or a friendship or whatever the matter is of the heart there. That's, I think, the choice that you've made with the Lovers card here, which isn't a bad thing. It doesn't mean to say you're leaving them. It just means that there's an aspect of the relationship that needs to change a little bit to accommodate your growth and your expectations now. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's called expanding. Ace of Wands is what you're stepping into. I love that. It's like you're off to find your own adventure here. The Ace of Wands is, you know, I'm very drawn, like he's actually walking towards that Ace of Wands, isn't he? This is a new idea, a new offer, just getting a new fire in your belly about something exciting, a new project, a new job offer, whatever it is. It's like, yeah, this is what I want. This is what really fulfills me. And you having a very creative spark about you, Sagittarius, is what I want to say. Maybe something that you're in at the moment, you know, in the past you felt a little bit, what's the word, boxed in, a bit bored. But anyway, the High Priestess is what they want you to trust. What they want you to embrace more of is to trust your intuition on this also. You know, if you've been getting little niggles and you've been ignoring them, then maybe it's time to start listening to them. Right, that was a very clear-cut message for you. What message do we have to finish for Sagittarius, please and thank you, with the daily crystal cards? We have Bloodstone, get up, get moving. Actually, Scorpio just got this. Exactly the same card. And the Ace of Wands, what you're stepping into, certainly will encourage you to get up and get moving about something. So I like that very much, Sagittarius. However you're enjoying the holidays, whether it's with loved ones, please enjoy it safely. Have a wonderful time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you for your next reading, hopefully before 2026. But if not, it will be in 2026. So, right, let's timestamp. We're going on to Capricorn now. Oh, Capricorn's the birthday. Birthday suit. Birthday suit. I always say that. I shouldn't really say that. Different connotations in the UK. Birthday suit means wearing nothing, which some of these cards do depict. Right, Capricorn, let's stop waffling, get on with your reading. We are on 44-48. Welcome, Capricorn, to your midweek energy check-in reading. Now, this is obviously Christmas week. So on that note, I just want to say a massive thank you for all your love and support for the channel throughout 2025. I'm so grateful. But if it wasn't for you guys, the channel wouldn't be where it is today. Long may it continue into 2026, which brings me on to a quick ask, if you like. If you haven't done so already, please like, share, subscribe and comment on the channel. Just do one of those 4 actions would be amazing. Even more amazing would be all of them. What that does is it keeps the channel afloat, so to speak, over the Christmas and New Year period, because it does tend to dip a little bit, and rightly so. It's a very busy time when we don't all have time to sit around listening to tarot card readers. Anyway, let's get on with your spread. We have the Hermit, that is your past energy. Your present energy is the 4 of Pentacles. The Emperor is what you're stepping into. Wow. What they'd like you to embrace more of is the Hierophant. Capricorn, you always get the Hierophant. Okay, so 3 major arcanas out of 4, very strong major arcanas too. The Hermit is what you're just coming out of. Now, the Hermit is the feeling of a little bit of self-reflection going on here, a bit of healing from something, taking time out to reflect on a situation, a relationship, friendship, however it may be. It can also mean that perhaps you've been at home an awful lot and not really wanting to step outside and socialise. I don't see anything wrong with that, but I'm a Pisces, so don't take any notice of me. If I had my way, I wouldn't have to leave the house forever. But yeah, the Hermit is... I like this for you, though. It feels like you've took one step at a time, and I just, as I was doing your cards, I got that song, One Day at a Time, Sweet Jesus, in my head. Very bizarre. So I like that for you, Capricorn. Nice, secure, just a nice energy there that you're coming out of, and you're coming into the 4 of Pentacles. So this has given you confidence. 4 of Pentacles is financial stability. Whatever you've done with that Hermit energy, it's brought you to this feeling of being completely in control, hopefully stabilizing your mindset too about money. What I will say to the 4 of Pentacles, I'm not keen on it. Don't stay in this energy for too long, because it does pinch you off from other opportunities that may be coming in. When we, it's that good old thing for the universe. You give to receive back. But this guy, you can see, he's like, absolutely not. I'm just holding on to every single penny here. Don't get me wrong, at Christmas time, it can be a time if we might have to pinch the pennies a little bit, but don't stay in that energy too long. You've got the Emperor that you're stepping into. Again, another 4. Now, the Emperor is the most stable card in the deck. He's the king of the kings. He's the daddy of the deck. It gives you this very masculine, in control energy, even more than the 4 of Pentacles. It's like you're 10 times the 4 of Pentacles here now. And if you like that energy, that is great. Be careful again of the Emperor, because he can be a little bit not particularly flexible in what he says. But for a temporary energy over the Christmas and New Year period, it feels like you're completely, you're feeling established, Capricorn. And I love that for you. Now, the Hierophant is what they want you to embrace more of. This is spreading the word. Capricorn, you are very spiritual. There's something that, especially if some of you are healers, you are teaching, it's like, keep that going, yeah? Even over the Christmas and New Year period. Spread that spirituality, but also giving advice also, and being on, what do I want to say to this? On a level that people, I'm not saying hang off of your every word, but with that Emperor, it's like you've really established what your goals are now, and keep it in line with the Hierophant. That's what I want to say. Keep that commitment up also to it. Maybe over Christmas and New Year it might lack off a bit, but you know what? We all deserve a break. But there's something about keep the commitment to what you are teaching also. Embrace more of it. Maybe there are other aspects you can look at to it. Especially with the Emperor, be careful of not to stay in that energy too long. Now, that was interesting. Hermit, Four of Pentacles, Emperor, Hierophant. Wow. See, also for some of you, the Hierophant is about you stepping into embracing more of getting advice from somebody else. Maybe when you sit as the Emperor, you can sit a bit too sure. And then it's like, but also be open to other people's teachings. Just had to put that one in. Right, Capricorn, what's your final message? We have turquoise. It says prioritise your health. Good time of year to do it too, isn't it? I don't know about you, but when Christmas comes along, I'm a bit the opposite to everybody else. Whereas everybody else relaxes and goes, I'm just going to eat what I like. I rein it in and think, oh my gosh, you know, I better rein it in so I can eat that. You know, maybe there's something about you having a mindset over what you're putting into your body over the Christmas period. And that goes for all of us. So thank you so much, Capricorn, for watching all of these readings and, as I say, for the love and support of the channel. So however you're celebrating Christmas and the holidays, do it with loved ones and do it safely and have a wonderful time. And I'll see you in the new year, or hopefully before the new year. Thanks as always. Right, let's move on to... Oh, and I didn't say happy birthday to Capricorn. So I hope you're still watching, Capricorn. I am going to do a birthday reading for you. Right, Aquarius. Let's timestamp Aquarius at 51:30. Welcome, Aquarius, to your midweek energy check-in reading. Obviously, this is the Christmas week. And before I start your reading, I would just like to say a massive thank you for your love and support of the channel throughout 2025. I mean, you guys, obviously I can't do it without you. So thank you so much, and may it continue into 2026. And on that note, I just would wonder if I could ask you to do one of 4 things just to help this channel as a one-off. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. 63% of people watch this channel don't subscribe. Would you mind liking, sharing and commenting? All 4 of those would be amazing. Because what that does over the Christmas period and the New Year period, it keeps it in the algorithm, because it does tend to dip a little bit. Understandably so, we are all busy at this time of year and we're not all got time to sit around listening to tarot card readers as much as we'd love to. Right, okay, Aquarius, let's get on with your reading. Your past energy, you have the 7 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is how you are at the moment. Lovely, love that. The Page of Swords is what you're stepping into. Now, these are all swords, Aquarius, which swords, to be fair, are attributed to you in the tarot, along with Libra and Gemini. So it's about thought processes. It's about being very much in your head. What do they want you to embrace more of? And to be fair, the swords that you've got here, the ones are great to have in the position that you've got them. So we don't like to see too many swords in a reading. What do we have? Strength card. They want you to embrace more of. Now, the 7 of Swords is what you're coming out of. This is the lying, cheating, stealing card, which is a bit dramatic, isn't it? But this can be something as simple as, you know what, somebody hasn't, I don't know, there's somebody's offered you something, you haven't got it, and there's reasons that they haven't told you you haven't got it. You know, sometimes I like to think with this card, there's always a reason behind it, why somebody wasn't as open and honest as they should have been. And maybe you've got to the bottom of it, because I can see your next card is what you're sitting as and you've accepted it. It's also the card of strategy and having a good plan about something. Now, the 4 of Swords is how you are at the moment. This is why I say that 7 of Swords isn't really bothering me, because whatever it is put your mind at rest, either one way or the other. It's like, well, you know, now I can get some quality sleep. I can feel better for it, feel more clear-cut in my decision-making. Because when we do rest, relax and repair, which is what the 4 of Swords, and it brings stability, it's a 4, it allows us to think a bit more logically, a little bit more putting things into perspective. Maybe that Seven of Swords has done that for you. Sometimes I think we turn a blind eye to things, and then, you know, as much as you like that person or you think their intentions are good, I think you've had a bit of a ta-da moment and you've realised, actually, yeah, you know what, just because you like them, it doesn't mean to say that their intentions are good. That's what they're covering up with, if that makes sense. That's what the blindfold is on you. That's what the mask is. You're, you know, perhaps you thought that they, you know, because they had a good heart, it doesn't mean to say what their intentions are good, if that makes sense. They can be crap at their job, for instance, and be a crap manager. But you think, well, he's such a nice guy, I can't be horrible to him. It's that kind of energy. But whatever it is, you're sitting as the Four of Swords, Aquarius, and I like that because it's like, yeah, I feel like I'm at rest now about this. It can also represent meditation and connecting to the universe, getting downloads. It can also be about dreams. So watch your dreams at the moment. They could be very significant. You've got the Page of Swords coming up as the energy you're stepping into. This is the card of curiosity. This is you wanting to know more, getting more information for yourself too about something. Maybe with that Four of Swords, it's like, now I know. You know what? I could venture onto this, but I need to just do my research on it first before I take action on anything. That's what pages do. They are pre-action. They're curious. Swords represents information, communication. It's like you've got to find out something for yourself that you're stepping into. Now, the Strength card is what they want you to embrace more of. Yes, the Strength card does represent courage, strength, but there's also strength from within, which equals asking for help. Sometimes we have to show a little bit of our vulnerable side, which is the strongest. You know, that's what the Strength card represents amongst, you know, many other things. So I feel like they want you to embrace more of, you know, you don't have to do this alone, Aquarius. You can ask for help, you know. You can take that mask off of having to always be the strong one. So I hope that resonates. Let's do a final message with the Daily Crystal. I missed that one. It flicked, didn't it? We have, selenite, clear the clutter. Oh, wow. What a card to get over the Christmas and New Year period. Clearing the clutter, Four of Swords. That's very much clearing the clutter. That's having a positive, fresh mindset there because you've rested, relaxed and repaired. Now, clear the clutter, it can even mean clean your car out, Aquarius. You know what? If you're getting into a messy car, messy head, everything, if it's clutter. I watched this really good video, actually. I'll quickly just tell you about what the Japanese do. Now, I'm sure you know it's all about, you know, cleanliness and blah 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 and how to fold things, but it's not just that. The one thing I took from that is, right, okay, it's called, I don't know, something like the one action. So everything has to have a one action. For instance, you take your coat off, make sure it goes on the peg, yeah, because if it goes on the sofa or next to the door when you walk in, it's then got to go on the peg. That's two actions. If you make everything a one action, you haven't got to do it again. Doesn't that make sense? What a great tip, I thought, especially to share with the Christmas and New Year period. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, Aquarius, and my wonderful tip. I haven't told anybody else that. Don't know why I needed to tell you, Aquarius. However you enjoy the holidays, have a wonderful time. Thank you so much for watching this channel, and I'll see you very soon, hopefully before 2026. Take care. Now we're moving on to Pisces. Okay, quick shuffle for Pisces, and timestamp in Pisces at 58:28. Welcome, Pisces, to your midweek energy check-in. This is obviously a Christmas week check-in. And before we start the reading, I just want to say a massive thank you for all your love and support of the channel throughout 2025. What an awesome year it has been, and what an absolute pleasure it has been reading for you wonderful people. We have the Seven of Cups as your pre-shuffle just come out there. And on that note, regarding 2025 and the channel, I wondered if you could, in order for this to continue into 2026, do one of four actions for me, if possible, if you have time. And that is either like, subscribe if you haven't done so already. 63% of people that watch this channel don't subscribe. Share or comment, or do even all four would be incredible, because what that does over the Christmas and New Year period, it keeps the channel afloat, because I do notice there's quite a big dip over that period of time. So I'd be really grateful if you wouldn't mind. Anyway, right, my gosh, we need to get on with your reading, Pisces. Yep, look at this. Your past energy, what do we have? Temperance. Your present energy is the Ace of Pentacles. Your future energy is the Star card. Beautiful, beautiful card in this deck. What they'd like you to embrace more of, Pisces, is the Three of Wands. Okay, so Temperance. You're just stepping out of this energy. I feel like you have been very, very patient about a situation, because that's what Temperance is all about. It's about alchemy. It's about turning a situation into another, but being very present about it, being very realistic. But you can be too patient about something, especially you, Pisces. You know what I mean? I'm a Pisces, and I know I almost get lazy with things like this. It's like, oh, I'll just wait till there's a nod. I'll wait. You know, it can be a bit like either your patience has paid off, or you've found a compromise on something, because you've gone into the Ace of Pentacles, which is amazing. This is like financial offers coming in. You're feeling quite ready for something new. It's Pentacles, so it's material resources, financial, tangible assets, you know, our everyday life. There's something about you ready to embrace something new right now. And again, it could be with 2026 in mind, because 2026 obviously is the year of reset, isn't it? And in fact, that's going to be my next reading. It's going to be called A Reset. And that is the year of 10. It brings it back to 1. So yeah, I just feel like you're ready to embrace something new, something quite in everyday life too, very grounded energy. You've got the Star card that you're stepping into. This is hope, faith, and healing from something. The Star card comes after a Tower moment. This is about you taking time over the Christmas and New Year period to nurture yourself, I feel, in order to embrace and get ready for this Ace of Pentacles, because I can see what they want you to embrace more of. So make sure you do that. Make sure you water your own cup here, or you water your own land in order to help things grow. Make sure you refuel that tank, as they say, because the Three of Wands is what they want you to embrace more of. This is adventure. This is broadening your horizons. This is thinking, seeing bigger, better out there. And what can you do to achieve it? Just having a wider mindset, if you like. Just having that fire in your belly. So let's have a look at the daily crystal message to finish the reading for Pisces. It's definitely that one. What do we have? Pink opal, be kind to yourself. There we go, Pisces. Double confirmation over the Christmas and New Year period. Please take some time out to enjoy your life, relax. And on that note, however you celebrate the holidays, the Christmas period, do so with your loved ones, do so safely, and have a wonderful time. So I hope you enjoyed that, Pisces. I hope to see you before 2026 with a reading. If I don't, I will see you very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and for, again, everybody for the love and support of this channel throughout 2025. Take care, and I'll see you soon.